And hello, and welcome back to episode 9. Now, Minecraft Live's just happened, and we've gotten some news about the summer drop that's going to be coming out. Ghastly Summer, which brings Floating Companion, which I'll probably talk about in greater detail later when we have some more information and snapshots start coming out. But I've done some grinding off camera. We've gotten a lot more wood, and we've gotten a lot more mud for the different buildings over there. And also, I've been grinding at the spider spawner, and we are now level 60. Reason why? Wrong chest. It's this chest. I don't have stuff in my E chest. I want to start getting armor maxed out, because this stuff's kind of just getting sad. So we're going to craft every bit of armor, minus a helmet, because we already have the helmet. And we're going to figure out everything we can get between books, between armor, and between some tools. I have 60 levels, so it's what, 10 enchantments or something like that. So let's grab a whole bunch of that. I'm just going to turn a lot of lapis. But let's see what we can get. Protection 3, feather falling 3, that does not seem useful. Protection 3 and stuff, that doesn't seem too useful. But then we do have infinity. So we are going to grab that, which just infinity, sadly. But we just... Okay, can we get maybe something else? Feather falling 2. Chestplate, give me something. No, not really. What do books have? Sweeping edge 3. We actually kind of need that. Okay. I'm breaking 3. I would prefer feather falling or depth strider initially. But we have silk touch there, which I don't feel like is worth it, but we'll do Unbreaking 3. Just Unbreaking 3. That's only okay. See, we can get a Silk Touch book for 2. Not as good. That's kind of really good, but at the same time not. Okay. Well, we did get some stuff on it. It's okay. It's not the best. In fact, we got Sweeping Edge, which we'll be putting on the sword. That'll allow us to make that a lot more efficient. But one thing I did want to do is we need more resources, like iron. We are running low on iron due to all the farms taking a lot of resources. So one of the main things I want to do is go out and grind a lot of resources. Do like 2 hours of mining, see where that takes us, see where that gets us, and kind of just figure out from there what we can do, really. Because, well, the armor is definitely looking good. It's going to need some more work, so I'll be working on that slowly to get the armor up. But after that, I don't know. I really don't know, and I can't tell you much. But we are getting the buildings done. And also, one other thing I wanted to get done as well, because next episode, I kind of want to start work on getting a lot of bigger game. It's going to be a hunt next episode. So we're going to get the melon pumpkin farm done this episode, the kelp farm done this episode, as well as also the super smelter. So another ship is going to be going here, and that'll hopefully be what we get done this episode. It's going to be a couple days of building and resource grinding and dealing with all that, but that I feel like kind of can be a lot more understanding with this kind of size of stuff. 2 buildings, 2 big farms, and then also super smelter. But yeah, I just kind of got to get out of that. So yeah, I'll see you after I do a lot of mining, I guess, or find something really cool while doing it. And after a couple hours of mining, we now have a lot of resources. Stony Peaks are the best biome if you need iron, because now we're chilling at a large amount of iron and also a large amount of coal. Did find some gold and stuff, and Stony Peaks has emeralds. I did run into 3 jungle temples, so we got some redstone in that, and also 4 wild armor trims. I don't remember what they look like. It's been a while since I've used armor trims. We may end up putting that on stuff, or we may end up not. I don't know. But we do have a lot of resources currently. But that's not really the main priority. The main priority this episode is to get the melon and pumpkin farm done, the kelp farm done, and also the super smelter right over there. We're finishing up the island this episode, and that is what I want to do. So, time to get the buildings done. So, the buildings are done now, and you may be able to see something's a little different. Maybe it's a leaf floating right in front of my face. But we are no longer in 1.21.4. We are in 1.21.5, the Sprint to Life update. Or update, drop, whatever they want to call it. I've already done a little bit of playing. I needed to finish up the kelp farm. But the update came out today. This is Tuesday. Well, right now it's Tuesday anyways while I'm recording this. And the update kind of just dropped a little bit. So I've already done a little bit of playing around with the leaf litter because, well, the leaves are falling right here. Why not have a little bit of leaf litter come to the ground? But we now have the melon and pumpkin farm done. So let me show you that. So kind of can come over here and we have just walls indicating which one are on which. And I've already done a couple overnight sessions because that one took me a while to get and I had to get a lot more resources for it. But we now have a lot of melons. Just an absolute buttload of melons. Oh yeah, and pumpkins too. A lot of pumpkins. We need to deal with villagers soon. But the other thing is this building right over here, which I'm going to get to in a minute. I want to show you guys this. So I had to go out and get drips down. But yeah, now we have little water collection areas, which actually seem to be getting a little bit full. But yeah, water collection areas. And also I made an AFK room finally. It took me long enough to get it. I was just digging holes in the ground, but we no longer have ground. So now, hey, just go in there if you need AFK overnight, and you get all the resources in this area. But time for the next one. Over here, I'm going to just go through the back first. You come through here, I got some kelp blocks out front. We don't have any kelp currently because it's an automated kelp farm. So what it does is it has a kelp farm attached to it. And it smelts it down and auto-crafts it into kelp blocks, which then feed back into it to fuel it, and then the extra gets shipped up here. But it needs to backlog, so it's going to take a while. Then, out here, we have just kind of some kelp drying over on this little privatized dock. So, interesting. A little more detail with the kelp blocks there. I'm not actually terribly sure on that detail with the kelp blocks. Actually looking at it with more detail now. Maybe we'll switch it out. It's a little detail. I'm not sure on it though. Also, with the update, the textures did get slightly screwed up. The spyglass now is acting a little weird, but yeah, I just had to wait for patches from vanilla tweaks to come out. But we come up here to the front, we have just bits of dried kelp, and then also this little thing here, which is just a little exhibit of kelp, kind of showing this is the kelp place. The ship is not done yet, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys this work in progress because the leaf litter did just come out, so I put some on the ground around these trees. It's looking really nice. I'm very happy with it. I haven't gone exploring out yet, so I haven't encountered any of, like, the ground petals. I just kind of smelted up some leaves to get leaf litter. But, yeah. I'm just kind of waiting. Eventually we'll go out, do some more exploring, but right now, there's just a lot of me needing to finish some stuff up here. And also, I have been working on dealing with a lot of enchantments. We almost have everything we need for the sword and the bow. We're only missing, I believe it's... Yes, it's flame. We're only missing flame on the bow currently. Yeah, and then this is infinity here. So we're only missing flame on the bow currently. So that's the only thing we're missing, and then I'm just waiting to get mending for the boots, which I have put a lot of enchantments into. And we do need mending for stuff. It is... I think we may just go out, kidnap a villager, just bring him over here and put mending on him, and bring one... Actually, no, it'll be better if we bring a couple over, get them to breed, and then use one to get... It's tough. I don't know right now. And the villages are also very far from where we are, so it's not going to be easy regardless. But I have the ship to build to get the super smelter up. We have a lot of resources. Also, for the kelp farm, the design is very expensive on redstone. I don't remember the person's name off the top of my head, but I used their kelp farm design. So I'll post a link in the description for the kelp farm design I used. I just modified it a little bit for my own use and how it would best fit underground. But great kelp farm design. Expensive, but also I did play around with trying to modify it to make it cheaper, and it didn't work out very well. So, yeah, it's expensive, but it works very well. So I'll put a link in the description for that, so you can go check out the kelp farm design. Works great, but I had to go to mine a bunch of redstone, and from that, we now have a lot of resources. Yeah, I just found a whole bunch of diamond ore while I was underground, and I'm not gonna Fortune 3 it to just get a whole bunch of diamonds. I don't really need diamonds too much. So we're just gonna keep this as ore to use in, I don't know, decoration or something. There ain't really much I can use it for right now, but I do definitely need to get that ship done. I have all the resources for it. All I need to do is... I did not mean to fall in the water. Man overboard. Man overboard. I do have all the resources I plan on using for it. All I need to do now is design it and build it. I have not gotten around to designing it. That's going to take a little bit, but I'll show you it when it's finished, and also when I've done dealing with a whole bunch more enchantments on my armor, because I want to get the armor maxed out before we go for the big hunt next episode. Because there's also a fair bit of work I need to do off camera for that big hunt. But we'll see you when the ship's done. And we have the ship done now. It's definitely may not be the most aesthetically pleasing, but at the same time, the ship is very wide, and also, I believe, longer than this ship is here. And this ship is skinnier as well. So it is quite there, and also it's supposed to be much more of kind of a heavier ship. As you may be able to see, it doesn't really have a sail. That's because it's supposed to be more like coal-powered and stuff. Also, I forgot to mention in the last clip, but I did craft some lodestones. I have them in my bundle. So if we're going out, I will be definitely taking some compasses with me. Probably like 4 of them. Just slot them in there. And if we do find anything, we will definitely be having it there. The next episode will be just having to go deal with some stuff and finding some faraway locations. But I have been doing a fair bit of enchanting. We have all the books we kind of need for the tools outside of a couple things for the axe. The axe I haven't really worked on too much. But armor, bow, sword, and pickaxes and shovel, I have everything ready for. But there is just one thing that we do need to be doing. As you can see, our tools are not the best durability. And I've been doing a fair bit of overnight AFK sessions and just AFKing during the day while I've been away. And we have a lot of melons, as well as almost the full system of pumpkins. Now, that's also mean we do have a lot of chicken. I'm very happy about this. We have 11 stacks of chicken. Very good, because food is something I never want to run out of, and I always want to have a massive backlog of. But the kelp farm, it's been doing good. It hasn't produced anything because its system is still working on backlogging for smelting. But then we have this thing, but down here I can simply come down. This is simply a super smelter design I came up with. It fits decent in here, and this is simply for reading the chest to send minecart out, to then fill these up, to then also do this. I'm definitely going to change this, but how am I going to be able to change this? I'll work on that. I'll figure that out. But for now, actually maybe just wrap some redstone up around here and then piston down. Yeah, we'll figure something out for this. I'll figure something out. But yeah, it's just really noisy. But if I come up here, then we kind of just have the ship being loaded up with kelp because it's right here next to the kelp farm. So there's just some loading crates with for kelp. Here we have the output to the super smelter, and if we come in here, we have the input, and sneakily, right here, we have the fuel. Eventually I want to try backlogging the system kelp. The system only fills one up at a time, so it doesn't evenly disperse them, because this was modified from my Cobblemon series to fit in here, but the Cobblemon series had multiple massive bamboo farms filling it, so it didn't really need that because it would fill itself up within like a couple AFK sessions. But yeah, we need to fill this up. I have already smelted up some kelp, and there's 8 kelp in each furnace currently, and this is all my inventory of kelp right now is enough for 6 kelp blocks per furnace. So if we simply put all that in there, then if we come down here, this is going to be hilarious if it doesn't work, but this is simply just going back and forth right now, and it's picking up kelp, delivering kelp, drops down. Think it'll be fine, and then this should be smelting up some currently. Yep, there we go. So now we have kelp going to the top. I think I'm definitely going to switch that out for a comparator system, so let me quick do that while the kelp smelts. And after just a little bit of putting in a circuit that just kind of flips the polarity a bit. Yeah, this now is much more functional. It kind of just pulses multiple times because of how this kind of was. Actually, I think I can fix this by adding delay to these, because really it doesn't actually impact anything. So does that actually fix it to do it all in one shot? We'll see in couple seconds here. Yeah, so just adding a little bit of delay there fixed all of it. That's nice. Yeah, so this just kind of has a couple torch towers that flip stuff around. Puts a sticky piston down, so it's not just always clicking. Well, that was quite nice. One thing I didn't realize, I needed to add just a little more delay onto this circuit over here. There was 1 kelp left in the hopper minecart. So all I did was add just a little bit of delay to all this. More or less just to these circuits here, because this one actually has to be relatively fast so it actually goes and doesn't just have a whole bunch of backlog. So one of these has to be fast, while the other ones have to have a lot of delay. But it did turn out actually relatively nice. Just slight modification to it. But yeah, it is looking a lot nicer now. It is slowly producing kelp, which it'll take a little bit to smelt. Oh, it's daytime now, I guess. And it only pops in here. We can check, and we already have nearly 4 stacks of dried kelp. Nice. Which I'll put back into the system to fuel it. But back to the conversation of tool durability. We need tool durability. And we have XP farms back there. And how do you repair tools with XP? You need mending. I don't have mending. And also, there really isn't any villages close. And I don't feel like dealing with villagers. But we also need our armor kitted out with more durability and just more stats. Because the bow right now is not looking very nice. The sword can use some stuff. And the pickaxes definitely, I feel like, can use just a little bit of increasing of that before we eventually upgrade to netherite, which is something I do eventually want to do, but will not be done as of soon. But we are actually on the island now, which I'm very happy about. Some of the next projects will be over there. Hold on, where's my spyglass? The texture is a little off. It's not updated. The texture pack I'm using is not updated to this version. So I need to eventually... I need to stop. Well, it allows me to show you these rotors, and also, why is this being weird here? That shouldn't be like that. Dang it. Let's break this block and actually see. Is this just weird lighting issue? Am I stupid? What? Why is it... Why are you Wait. Oh, this side's different than... What? How did I not notice this before? This side's different than the other side. What the heck? Okay. Let me quick fix that. And much better. I don't know how I caught that, or didn't catch that, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, we just got propellers there. Much, much nicer. And yeah, it's kind of nice that the world gen kind of formed like this. So I never really had to do any changes. Though, I'm not sure how easily it's going to be able to get out of this with this terrain. But, hey, they aren't supposed to move, so it's fine. But, yeah, we need mending villagers. I have a fair bit of emeralds. I have 13 emerald blocked. And I also have a stupid amount of melons and pumpkins. So, how could that possibly go if I say did something like this? Yep, I'm at a village. We're about 4,000 blocks away. Villages in this world are very far and few between. Nowhere close to spawn, sadly. But, yeah, as you can see, there's a shipwreck over there, and right over there is a ruined portal. You barely can see it, but a couple gold blocks. I'm actually going to go grab those eventually. But I've just been doing a little bit of trading with this guy over here. I've ended up capturing 5 villagers. One in there, one there, one there, one in the house over there, and one right here. But this guy here, selling mending for 10. Which, wait a minute, I don't have my books out. Hold up. Oh, crap. Oh, this is fun. Hold up. Give me a moment. There we go. Nice. Now, how many can I trade with you? I can get 5 mending books. That is amazing. Now, this area definitely has a lot of nice stuff, and I'm not sure whether I actually want to have the village stuff at my base anymore, or whether I want to have it over here. And obviously, it's pretty far over here, but at the same time, the villagers are here. It's a far journey, and the area around here is just, it plays itself very nice to a kind of base that's relatively easy. Also, since I haven't been over here at all, we have the new tall and short dried grass as well as cactus flowers. They are amazing, and the new sound effects as well. So, hats off to Mojang with this update. It was amazing. A lot of new stuff added, just a lot of nice, like, quality of life stuff, really. I'm just gonna grab, like, 10 mending books, or maybe more, I don't actually know. Actually, let's get this guy upgraded, why not? I'm gonna need one of the bookshelves I mined. I'll just quick chop this down, and we'll get ourselves 12 mending books. I did bring a lot of melons and pumpkins to trade, so I'll probably be working on that quite a while. But, yeah, we are in a really nice position currently because we just have a lot of stuff. Actually, I have emeralds I can turn. Hold up. One more. We actually only needed 10. It's actually quite nice. But, what do you trade next? Multi-shot. But you do sell books, which is actually not too bad. Though, at the same time, now you have even more mending books for 9, so, I'll take you up on your offer and get 13 mending books. So, yeah. With that, though, I'm going to leave it off here. We did finish the island. I'll work here a little bit more. But we finished the island. We got some nice stuff. A lot of AFK time. But the main thing, we now have mending, which I will be putting on all our armor and stuff, and getting everything repaired, and doing a little bit of work off camera before fighting the Ender Dragon next episode. Yeah, episode 10, we're fighting the Ender Dragon. But I got some special plans coming up next, and I want to get working on larger projects than what we have been doing. But we did finish the island, which is amazing, and I feel great about that. But I'll see you guys in the next episode, back at base. Bye!